everyone, what's up? So in this video, I'm going to give you the final version of my Poison SRS, which is, I would call it rather different from most of the other content creators like Belamage, Gazette TV. Is much different. I prefer to look it in a way that it is more cost efficient, even though it's slightly more pricey because of the current meta. But some of the things are just you don't really have a choice. It's just too good to give up, right? So I'm gonna try and do this video under 10 minutes, not excluding gameplay, and it's gonna be quite fast and smooth. All right. To kick things off, I will have my Google spreadsheet all updated already. The POB is here, and you can click on this link where you can basically purchase every single item here. For those that you need to craft it yourself, please do check out this column right here. Alright, and then the prices are all roughly estimated, okay? Estimated cost of this build is about 140 divine. That is really a lot, okay? Because some of the prices have really skyrocketed, and I would say some of them are not really necessary. There are things that can be changed. You can slowly progress it while you are farming, and it's not necessarily what is required over here. Okay, so I will slowly go through the items one by one. Okay, I'm going to go through the POB very quickly. You have three different skill trees, 90, 95, and 100. The Ascendant, you are still going to take the same, which is here. We're not going to go for any bloodlines because this thing is just too good to give up. Alright, and this is how the skill tree will look like. It is pretty much the same as the mid-budget one, just that they are more focused on using the shelf cluster. We want to try and utilize it as much as possible, and because we are now using amanamu's gaze, we need to take some sockets over here. Alright, otherwise most of the things are still the same. We are no longer using quickening convenience, so replace it one chance of poison ghastly eye jewel over here, and yes, the rest is pretty much similar, so you can just view it yourself. Alright, for the level 100, it's just taking the full wheel of this. Some of the notes over here, like you can always compare between the 95 and then look at it. Like you can see, it's just one note here, two note here, and two note here. Alright, and one question I get asked a lot, which I will discuss, is this 5% leech. Why is it needed? This 5% leech is very powerful because of this note right here. 1% damage dealt by your minion is leached to you as life. 1% of damage dealt by your minions. Okay, so this is kind of like per minion basis. If you don't have this, your life is gonna leech at a consistent rate. But with this note right here, right, sometimes you can see your life just instantly go from 100 to 5,000. It's it's really that insane. So your effective life can be at like a down peak and then suddenly just shoot it up right back to full health. So it's really important right here, and we are running mind over matter so that we get more extra tankiness, glancing blow for max block. The rest you can just read yourself. If there's anything you're not sure, you can come to Discord and let me know. Okay, skill gem choices. Basically, it is more or less the same. For the 6-link SRS, we're gonna upgrade the Unbound Ailment minion damage to the Awakened version. We don't really need the multi-strike. Yes, I know it's strong, but I don't feel that the currency is worth putting it in. Right? So the most you can just use a 2023, 2120, or 2020. It is fine. The difference is not really a lot. Auras wise, we're going to change Val Haste to Malevolence. The reason is very simple because our Spectra, we can use 4 now, which I will explain later. Temper Shield, Val Discipline, Flesh and Stone. Right, this is still the same, just that we're going to upgrade it to 2120 as much as possible. Minion support now. Race Spectra is going to be 2120 so that we have 4 Race Spectra right now, okay? This is including after the skill tree of Death Attunement where we can plus 1. And the 4 Spectras you are going to raise is Guardian Turtle, Forest Warrior, a perfect Forest Warrior, perfect Warlock, perfect Guardian Turtle, and perfect Forest Tiger. The new addition will be perfect Forest Tiger. This thing is just so good. Okay, is absolutely good because it not only gives you haste, it gives your whole entire team frenzy charge also. And because your summon SRS, sorry, your SRS is hitting so fast, most of the time they are always at full stacks of frenzy charge. Alright, utilize is the same. We're just going to use this as a one-click button so that it casts everything by itself. We are not using a convoking wand. Awaken generosity. This is for your envy. Alright, your golem support, which is feeding frenzy. Your guard skill. We are going to change steel skin to molten shell right here. Okay, and then movement skill flame dash. Okay, item wise, for the Firebomb, we're just still gonna use the same. Aegis Aura want to get a corrupted with 4% chance to block so that we can replace the Watcher's Eye. Your helmet now is gonna be a +2 fractured to level of all minion skill gem. Now this base helmet can be a little bit difficult to find, so if you cannot find a armor energy shield base, please change it to something else. Okay, it doesn't need to be armor energy shield base. And then just follow my instructions. Use the Deafening Essence of Fear, spam until you get life resistance, and then just benchmark whatever you have. Apply the necessary greater Eldritch Eco and greater Eldritch Ember. Right. The Covenant, try to get a +2 to level socketed duration gems. Otherwise, you can skip this also. You don't really need it. It's quite insignificant, I would say, in damage increase. Legion, this gloves is also the same. Find the fractured chaos resistance. That is gonna be so much easier for you to craft because chaos resistance is very difficult to roll. Okay. Boots is going to be the same as what you have previously, so you can just use it back. Amulet, Defiance of Destiny. This is going to be the big change that make us very, very, very tanky. Okay, I don't need you to have the max roll on this, but try to get as high as possible for your last line of modifier, where you gain 21% of the missing unreserved life before being hit by an enemy. This is really, really very important. Right, so try to get it as high as possible. Rings. So now you want to try and craft the fractured chaos resistant ring. This is going to be so much easier. And as for your bench craft, you can use either maximum energy shield or the reduced mana cost, whichever that you are required to. Alright, depending on the slots available. Same for the bone ring. Um, the bone ring, right? Try and get a fractured. So this is basically a 16% minion have 16% increased attack and cast speed fractured. Okay, but because I use the speed catalyst, it increases to 19% and then boosts our damage quite a lot as well. If you manage to get minion damage plus life plus resistance, or if your resistance is already capped before getting this bone ring, I will highly suggest you to change this resistance, okay, to minion damage. Right, it is quite difficult to get, but if you can get it, then good, and then you can just benchcraft something else. Right, this is really, really, really good right here. But if you can get it, okay, and then Darkness Enthroned upgraded to 95% or higher. The Amanamu's case, we want to put it on the Darkness Enthroned. So I do not see a lot of people actually putting it here. Um, Honestly, I do not know why. I do not know why, but because it not only gives all attribute, but minions have 6% to damage over time per Ghastly Eye Jewel. This multiplies with your Stygian Vice, with the Darkness Enthroned. Okay, so I am willing to put this here and give up the chance to poison because I feel that this 60%, right, is a lot. Damage over time 60%, which means your poison is gonna be so much more damage. Gonna deal so much more damage. Flask, just follow. Alright, I am using all magic, so nothing special right here. Gloves, try to get this +2 to maximum core resistance, and then the minions deal 50% increased damage for your other hands. For the cluster jewel, right, it is still all the same, so just follow accordingly. Okay, additional note right here. So the only thing that you can want to change when you reach above level 95, so let's say maybe you reach level 97, alright, you can basically add this, which is the new Fireborn Witch Bane. Okay, what it does is curse enemies you and your minions can have a 10 to 15% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. Now, it has to be cursed enemies, alright? But because you're casting Arcanist Brand so often, most of the time, the enemies or the monsters are going to be cursed. And not only that, because your enemy guardian has Azaneth Gentle Touch, um, it's gonna curse enemies around it as well. So it's actually really good. Okay, this thing gives this build like so much insane clear. If you're gonna do like Harbinger, Blight, T17 Delirium maps, it's just gonna give the clear so much more efficiency and effectiveness. Right, so it's something to just take note. And last but not least, the notes. These are the mods that I feel you should never do it. Okay, and these are the mods that are dangerous. Please have a look at it. T17 mods to avoid. These are the mods that I will avoid. Okay, because they are really, really, really very dangerous for the build. There's actually one more that I did not add, which is the maximum. Oh, it's here, it's here. Sorry, sorry. Maximum resistance. This is. Do not underestimate this. This is really, really difficult. All right, and other than that, yeah, I will show you a gameplay now, and I hope you guys will enjoy the build.
Death will never come. Your soul burns me. rounds.